Welcome back to part 2 of round 8 of SRK at Bayford Meadows. Here we got Diego, just trying to catch some of that YouTube clout, because you know, definitely have a lot of that. If you haven't watched part 1, please go watch part 1, just so you can kind of know what's going on with this. Obviously we've got our third heat now, which we're starting 11th, which is last on the grid. So nothing to lose here, just places to gain, of course. So yeah, we've had our first 2 heats, have been really good. Got a couple of 5th places, so a couple of top 5 finishes, and honestly feeling pretty positive about our results here, and hopefully we can get, well, a good result is what I'm looking for. Top 10, top 5 in class would be really good, but I knew that this race was going to be, you know, a lot more difficult, especially since we're starting right at the back. So here we go, P11 out of 11, getting ready to go. Only can go forward from here, obviously. So we just wait for the start. Quite a long wait on the grid, this one. Seems to be a few issues here and there. You just want to look towards that red light there, flashing. You'll see it go 2 red lights, and then it will go green, and away we go for the third heat of the day. And again, just need to get some solid points here to put us into a good position in the final. Already I can tell this car is not as good as the previous one we had, as we survived turn 1. And yeah, we're just looking to pick some guys off up ahead. Quite an optimistic move there. The driver gets past Diego with the notorious Shrek mask on the back of the helmet, just, you know, forever haunting our dreams. As the more we stay behind it, the worse our nightmares get. Almost alongside to go up the inside there, just not alongside enough. So no places gained as of yet, but you know, it's still a long way to go. And we've got a lot of battles up ahead. I think there's a lot of drivers kind of misplaced. Not misplaced, but you know what I mean. Quicker drivers behind slower drivers. Side by side, them two going into the last corner. But we're way too far back already to try to counter on any of it. So turn 1, again missing the apex, struggling with the steering on this kart a bit. That's something I need to work on, adapting to kind of slower karts or different karts. I need to work on that. As yeah, I really feel like we're missing out a huge amount on this battle at the moment, as we really could be picking off some places up ahead. It's turned out to be quite a good battle. Again, side by side into that hairpin. It's a bit difficult to be side by side there, because someone's definitely going to be pushed out quite wide. We've caught up a bit now to the back, looking for a move to present itself, but not yet. But we're getting closer and closer to Cointer up ahead. As you can see, the top kind of 4 or 5 drivers have really kind of pulled away, or the top 2 have really pulled away, and there's just this massive train now that no one's really been able to get past. A lot of side-by-side action into turn 1, and I think it's only going to be a matter of time before we get a place. Look at that, trying to go down the inside, being absolutely blocked, in all fairness. And yeah, only a matter of time. There's a lot of defending going on here. We'll get quite a good run out of there, but again, just not close enough. Too far back at the moment. This is quite a frustrating race, because I felt like, again, I could get past some of these guys, but the kart didn't feel great at all. Again, I know it's all part of it. It's part of the sport. Sometimes you get nice karts, and sometimes you get absolute dog karts. And this is just one of those races where we're just trying to salvage as much as we can. But yeah, after having 2 strong results, this was quite soul crushing, I guess you could call it. To be stuck at the back, feeling like you haven't made any progress at all. It's like, what's happened? Where's my progress gone? But you know, it is part of the game. A little bit of contact there, I'm not really sure what happened, but that's put us into a lovely position now, side by side for the 2 drivers up ahead. and I'm sure we can make a move in a minute. It's a little bit loose. Again, could go down the inside, but that's probably just going to cause contact and get us a penalty. It's just not worth it yet. Down the inside, the driver in front goes. Side by side, leaves us a little bit of a move there. Down the inside, we're going to take the room, go for the move. Got it done. We're up the inside now. The next driver coming into the flat out right-hander, but again, not alongside enough to get that move done. Definitely would not have been wise to stick that through. It would have definitely resulted in probably me taking him out of the race. And obviously, we don't want to get any penalties to compromise the good work we did earlier. So we're currently sitting in 10th, so it's one place better than where we started. But I have my eyes kind of fixed on definitely the driver ahead. I feel like I could get past him. Anyone else is going to be a bit of a stretch, I think. Of course, not many laps left anyway. But just have to see what we can do with these last few remaining laps. But you can see, just checking over his shoulder. He knows we're there. Running quite wide. We have a much more tighter line around there. I think that kind of loses us a bit of time around this part of the track. But I was absolutely attacking here. Just doing everything I could just to get close enough. Over these curbs as well. I was almost airborne, I think, at some points. As we skip ahead later into the race, I think this is like the last lap. Driver ahead going really wide there. That really allows us to catch up a huge amount. But again, it's just not close enough. It's so frustrating as well. There's always that feeling of just one more lap, I would have had it. Even out there we get quite a good run, but across the line it's just not going to be enough. It's going to be P10 out of P11, so yeah, not the end of the world, but not too great either. So that was our last heat. Started 11th, finished 10th. Overall, not really too happy with it. Car felt alright. I felt like I was doing decently, but yeah, maybe a couple of other drivers in front I could have challenged a little bit more, but you know, we've had 2 5ths anyway, 2 5ths and a 10th. It's not too bad, but I guess we'll see where it puts us for the finals. So we are in the C final, starting 7th out of 11 karts. So about 27th overall, about 41 drivers. So yeah, honestly, I was a bit disappointed considering how good the results were earlier, but it is what it is. Let's see what we can do in this C final. We've got kart number 8, and that is going to be a very, very good kart, as you will find out in this race. A really great race this is. I don't want to ruin anything. But yeah, here we go, down into turn 1. We've been kind of pushed off a little bit wide there. A very horrible curb to drive over that is. I think there's a driver up the inside, so we're already kind of getting past. We're going to just keep in it, go over that curb. We don't want to give up this position. We're going to fight it all the way through into the hairpin. We've got the inside line, just going wide a bit, trying to block off any kind of come back there. Keep it very tight onto the hairpin. Losing a little bit of speed of the kart ahead. We're side by side now, and I just kind of led off a little bit earlier so I can block that inside line, because I don't want to get past up the inside. I don't think we would have got Lucas in front of us around the outside. I think it would have been too much of a difficult task. Try and look for a move up the inside, just not alongside. I don't know if we had the momentum, but it just wasn't enough time to get alongside as we come over the last corner. Good run out of there in the slipstream. Looking for a move past up into turn 1, but I think we're just not close enough. As he runs a little bit wide through turn 1, we're going to get a much better exit there. We're up the inside of Lucas now, into the braking zone of the double right-hander apex, and that is that move done. So I think we're up to P6 now. Nope, he's on the outside, so definitely not move done, but just doing what we did the previous lap, just trying to keep it tight and run out a bit wide so we can block that line, block any kind of comeback. I believe we're sitting in about P6 now. Yes, indeed we are. And now we have to try to focus on catching the drivers up ahead. Already this kart felt really good. This was the kart I had in my practice session at the start of the day, and by far was the best one I had all day. Kart number 8, really good kart. And a little bit wide there over the curb. Really, really attacking it in this race. You could see just the amount of curb I'm taking. Probably a little bit naughty of me, to be honest, but it's alright, we didn't get any warnings, so I guess it's all good. Up ahead, it got a nice little battle there, and that is really going to allow us just to catch up. Side by side, got that almost 3 wide there going into the hairpin. Awesome stuff. As that driver runs really wide or gets kind of pushed out wide, we're side by side. Not going to get it done there. Try to look for the switchback, but just again really can't get that done there. So he's going to go quite wide, kind of off his defensive line, and that allows us to sneak up the inside, but the driver is still there. We're going to try to get a cut back now. We're alongside, but just had to back out of it. He doesn't really want to give us any room, and just have to stay where we are for now as we fly, literally fly over that curb. And see, there's a warning there. I think there's a curb warning for cart number 1, which is not us, so maybe they haven't been seeing us. I'm not sure. Yeah, but this car was fantastic on the straights as well. Had a lot of power, felt good in the corners, just had everything you needed really. Again, more curb, just damaging my back. All, you know, it was already damaged as it was, but just want to make sure it's completely broken. As that top 4 battle just starting to pull away a little bit, so need to try to get past this driver ahead. It's been a little bit wide there over the white line, but it's all good. And yeah, I think it is only a matter of time before we really get past him. And luckily those top 4 are still fighting extremely hard, and that obviously will allow us to catch up very soon. Really good run out of there. He's went a little bit wide there, way too much curb, and that's completely destroyed his speed. We've had a much better exit, a much better run through there. Clear him before the braking zone, managed to get the apex as well, over the curb on the exit, and there you go, good move. So we are up now into P5, and only 1 driver gets through, so if you win this heat or you win this final, you'll go through to the B final. So I would like to do that, but I mean, it's still possible. It's definitely an opportunity with how much these guys are ahead of fighting, so we're going to try to close in as much as we can. I've had a terrible corner there, absolutely awful. Maybe just driving a little bit too hard, a little bit over my limit. So driver ahead, Stark, I think he's had a bit of contact there. He's lost a lot of time, so that's allowed us to catch in, close in ahead. Looking for a move. I mean, Stark is a pro driver, so we're not too fussed if we finish behind him or not, but we do want to get those drivers ahead, which I think all 3 in the top, no, only 2 of them. I think the top 2 are AM drivers, I think the 2 in front of us are pro. So yeah, I'm not really sure how many laps are left at this point, to be honest. I don't even know how many laps there were in the final. I'm guessing there was probably 10. Stark's run a little bit wide there. We get a much better corner through there. Much more speed, but we just run out of straight. Trying to get past. We've got another driver up there, a little bit wide, allowing us to catch up. This battle for second is really heating up. You can see first place, I think that's Harrison. It's just pulling away now. So this is benefiting him massively. More contact up ahead, side by side. He's been completely pushed out there, and we're going to try to benefit on this. So this driver is on the outside line, and we've gone up the inside as well. Had much better speed, and he's just lost like 3 places in 1 corner. So that's been extremely harsh for him, obviously getting forced off the track there earlier, and it hasn't worked out for him at all. Over the bumps, over the curbs. So we're currently in 4th. You can see their final lap of the race, and we are battling for second, so P22 overall of the event, and we're going to try to go for it. Much better exit there, almost getting alongside Stark. He doesn't really see us coming. I think we've caught him off by surprise there, and we get past him, slipping up into P3. Can we get P2? Are we going to keep P3? That's what I really want to know. So we've got a huge amount of pressure from behind. There's definitely a little bit of, you know, race bumping, and I'm starting to feel a little bit of pressure to try to not make any mistakes, especially through here, and just try to keep this position. But so far we're doing all right. I'm going to take a defensive line in here, because I know what will happen if you go too wide. And I've actually run a little bit wide here. What you can't see is Stark's actually up the inside. We are side by side through here. It's still side by side. I've had to run it round the outside, full throttle. We've keeping it ahead for now. I've had to brake a little bit later. I just managed to brake late enough to clip the apex first. And it's going to be across the line. And P3 in the C final. Wow, what a race that was. And what a move. Definitely the best move I think I've ever done. Started about 7th. And I managed to finish 3rd in the final, so not enough to go through, but it was overall pretty decent result. Not sure where we were overall, maybe 6th or 7th overall, or in class, and maybe about 23rd overall. So overall pretty decent. We had some strong results. It's just, you know, other drivers had stronger results. So yeah, overall happy with that. That race was good. I was completely on a charge. I'm sure you guys will see from the videos the overtakes, a bit of bumping from behind here and there, but I was determined not to give it up. Especially around the last corner, you had the long kind of right hander, the long one. We were side by side throughout the whole thing, and I stuck it round the outside while he was up the inside on the last lap. I was pretty much on the curb. I didn't want to give in. We got to the final corner, the uphill, so you turn right, and it was pretty much last of the late breakers. I managed to brake late enough on the outside line to just pull in front, and yeah, finish 3rd in that race. So, yeah, pretty good. I'm hoping that comes out all good on the video as well. Yeah, overall decent. Yeah, it's just want that silverware. That's the only thing that's bugging me. But yeah, good result, good progress, and one more round to go, and buck more. So hope you can finish the season out strong. So yeah, thanks for watching.